We're going to begin on this Monday morning with a story that certainly everyone is talking about. If you have stepped outside, I mean, take a look right here. Our Sky Ranger flying over this brush fire. This is in North Reading. This is right in the area near Swan Pond. You can see that white smoke there filling the air. It is just yet another busy day for firefighters here in our area.
Over the last few days, multiple wildfires have broken out across the Commonwealth. This is video from earlier this morning over in Middleton. You can actually see that plume of thick white smoke coming up from the forest. This is day 2 of that fire. Look, if you step outside and you can't see the smoke in your area, it is very likely you'll be able to smell it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Melody Mendez.
And I'm Colton Bradford. Now, with that, there are some air quality issues out there right now due to all the smoke that we just showed you there. It's due in part to a large wildfire actually on the North Shore up in Salem. For you this morning, we have team coverage.
Yeah, we'll get to our forecast from meteorologist David Bagley in just a few minutes. First, let's get to Alicia Palumbo, who's live up there in Salem right now. So, Alicia, there are multiple crews working to put out those flames. I understand. What's the latest?
Yeah, Melody, that's true. They're actually right behind us here in Salem on Highland Ave. They have been working very hard to put out the flames on this large fire here. Firefighters have actually been up on the ridge trying to spray everything down and push the fire into areas where the underbrush has already burned. But it's tough when everything is so dry.
Pockets of flames popping up all over Salem, Peabody, and Lynn overnight as more than 130 acres of brush has burned in this North Shore wildfire since Saturday.
And there's hundreds of stumps and tree branches still smoldering and burning out there. We'll be working some of those areas closest to the houses to put those areas out just to alleviate the concern.
Sky Ranger over another brush fire spanning several acres between Reading and Middleton. The flames there getting close to power lines. In fact, several brush fires burning in multiple communities across the Bay State are sending smoke billowing up into the sky and sparking calls to first responders throughout the greater Boston area.
You can smell the ash. That's all. I'm kind of clogged up, but I can smell the ash, you know.
It's like burning your nose and your throat and everything, so hope they figure it out.
Firefighters in Salem getting help from Task Force 16, deploying tanker trucks, brush trucks, and additional manpower to 3 or 4 strategic locations, primarily working with ground crews Monday.
Each strike team will just work in those areas and try to darken down what's burning and move it out to areas that have already burned and maybe extinguish some of the nuisance fires.
Now, this is an area that the fire chief considers a nuisance fire because it keeps sparking back up. The side of the hill was on fire this morning. That was some of the video you saw earlier. While crews try to contain the fire from the ground, they're also going to be putting up a couple drones today to get a better view of where they need to send manpower next. And with Halloween just 3 days away, a big concern is if we're still going to be dealing with this smoke that really is difficult to breathe in and smell, with thousands of people descending on Salem for the holiday. We're live in Salem. Alicia Palumbo, NBC 10 Boston.